the camera's on, then it goes pause, the camera's on, then it goes being silly. So why I respect All Elite's Cody Rhodes, it's ages and ages ago, way back when, I did a video, right, and I talked about this, about why there's something not being fully tapped into, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Now we fast forward to 2016. This is after Legacy. This is after Dashing Cody Rhodes. This is after the Phantom of the Opera Cody Rhodes. Do you guys remember that one? I mean, I never really got on board with that. This is after teaming with his brother, which was a good tag team. This is after Stardust, which, oh boy, don't get me started on that. It was like a bit of a risk, because it's like you're leaving a guaranteed 6-figure contract with the WWE, the biggest organisation in the world. You're leaving the 6-figure contract, guaranteed income, guaranteed stability, and you're going out into the land of the unknown, which is a very scary thing for some people when you leave that security behind. So, and this is where the respect that I have for him really began to develop. He did many interviews, and he handled his business well. I never got the impression from the man that this was a bitter, angry performer, and this company did this and they didn't do this with me, and I hate this company. And you know those guys you see in the shoot interviews, and they're sitting there and they're all cross-legged and they got their cigar and Vince should have pushed me and Vince should have done this. It wasn't one of those situations. It was someone that was excited to do something outside of the WWE and develop. And he also appeared in an episode of Arrow, I remember that too. And bit by bit I just started to see his name everywhere. I started to see him in PWG, and I started to see him with Ring of Honor, and I was like, And I saw a match he had with Kurt Angle, and he was starting to redevelop and develop a name for himself outside of the company, where figures have shown he was a difference maker. Whether it was Ring of Honor or PWG, he was helping sell tickets even more, and because of that, he was really kind of gaining a reputation and earning the respect of people. And you could see it in a lot of his matches. Then he had the New Japan deal, and then he joins the Bullet Club. And I wasn't too sure how that was going to work out with the Bullet Club. You know, you got the Bullet Club, Kenny Omega, the Elite, the Young Bucks. You've had predecessors like AJ Styles and Finn Balor, or Prince Devitt back then. How's this one going to work out? And I think this is where it really hit me, how much he's transformed, because I watched a lot of that stuff. And this was like a Cody that I've never seen in the WWE. Completely released and liberated and tapped into. He's coming out and he's doing these entrances at Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm like, wow, you really have just grown in confidence. And he is coming out there with his wife Brandy, which is a great act, and he's doing a damn good job. I fully buy him as a heel, especially with the Kenny stuff, which was excellent, which I think really helped him. And I think he was a real integral key player for New Japan. And then I saw stuff that he'd done with Juice Robinson as a press conference, and I'm watching him, and he is going. No script, no, can you say this and this, no Braun Strowman forgetting his lines and his lines back. This man is just ready. He's just going for it without any restraint, and it's great to watch. And he had that great match with Juice Robinson when he beat him for the US belt, and then he had All In, and I'm watching how he's carrying himself and how he's conducting himself, and like a true professional, and very engaging in his interviews. And he's taking an even bigger risk because he's investing some of his own money into this endeavor. And can he get a 10,000 seated arena without the exposure of weekly television and all the other bells and whistles that WWE have? And by goodness, they all pulled it off. Cody, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, regardless of what you think of them, they pulled it off. And Cody in particular, it really reminded me of something his dad would have done in like the 70s and 80s. He's got a bit of what his dad has in him, in terms of like, there's a creative business aspect that he has that's we're seeing, it's been fully tapped into. Then New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom, I watched the most recent one, and I watched the one where he wrestled Kota Ibushi, but I watched that one and got very into the match with him and Juice Robinson. And the entertainment side, I was just completely into it. I think Juice Robinson's great, by the way. And another one I could compliment. But Cody, like, I mean, he lost. Definitively lost him. I mean, he set him up good, knowing that he was on to his next endeavour. He did the right thing, and he elevated Juice Robinson. And I was like, wow, Cody's really, really come along. And now we go to All Elite. And you see All Elite, and you see him and his friends, the Young Bucks, and they are all in on this promotion, and they've got Tony Khan backing them, and this is getting everybody talking. Everyone is talking about All Elite and what this could mean and what this could be. There's rumours of Dave Bautista going there. Chris Jericho is obviously there. Kenny Omega, the hottest up-and-coming free agent, has signed there. Rumours of other people going there. To the point where the WWE, I don't care what anybody says, they are clearly nervous about this, because you've noticed they're pushing the revival. You've noticed that the Usos won last night. You've noticed a lot of undercard talent are getting pushes now. Even the Kofi Kingston thing, which I will talk about later on, everyone is getting a little bit more and a little bit more. I guarantee you they're nervous about All Elite. Now, I'm not saying they'll beat WWE, but it's great to have an option. It's great to have options. In the fight game, the wrestling game, we love our options, and this is great. And wrestling has no longer become a promoter's market. It's more of a wrestler's market. And I want to say, who would have imagined that Stardust would be a power player and an integral chess piece as to why this has happened? Think about that. From Stardust to taking a big risk to now having to now being a power player in the wrestling business outside of it, and developing as a wrestler and as a promo, in my opinion, becoming a top guy outside of the WWE, which kind of shows that he could have been a top guy in the WWE, which is interesting because they realised it because they wanted to sign him back, which he didn't sign to. Like, he was very cool about it and didn't slag him off. And now with All Elite as a wrestler and as one of the faces of this new, fresh, exciting, youthful, invigorating, dynamic, hopefully, promotion. And this is all because one man decided to himself, I am better, I can do better, and I'm too comfortable here, and I won't achieve any of what I can do if I stay in this secure environment that I have for myself. And there's something to be said about that. Something to be said about that in life when one gets too complacent and too comfortable. Sometimes we need to take calculated risks, and seeing Cody do that has really made me respect and appreciate him. So here's to all of you, and hopefully All Elite does does very, very well. I hope Double or Nothing does really, really well. So guys, I am out of here, and take care. Let me know what you think.